going to go ahead and create a half section now for the drawing that we have. What a half section is our cutting plane line cuts through the object, it turns 90 degrees, and goes through the object the other way. And so what we're doing is, like we're a piece of pie, we are removing this piece right here and looking at what the inside looks like from those two pieces. And so what I've done is I've laid out the overall width and height of the object, and now I can start putting in some of the features. And so the first feature I run into, if I move from left to right across this, is this hole that goes through the object. And so if I look at it, the hole actually starts at this height right here, and so I'll make a construction line right across the object right there. That's where my hole should start, and so then I can project down the lines for that hole. Now I'm going to draw them as solid lines because when we cut through the object, they're going to become solid lines. All right, so there's that. The next thing I run into is this edge of this hole. That's this line right here, what we're going to be drawing, and so I'll go ahead and sketch that line in. Next thing I run into is this hidden line. This hidden line right here, and I can go ahead and sketch that line in. Draw it as solid. Next thing I run into is that edge of that hole, and the hole goes all the way through, so I'll sketch that in. And I run into the center of my object, and so I'll just draw a line to mark the center, and we'll worry about the other half in a little bit. We need to get some height lines in now, so I'll start at the bottom and work my way to the top. This is the first thing I run into height-wise. So we already have that line sketched in. I'll make it a little darker. Next thing we run into is the height of this object right here. So I can sketch that in, construction line, and then that's it. So we have a lot of lines on here. It looks really confusing. We can start to make some sense of them. First thing I'll do is I'll darken in this line. Over this way, darken in that line. From there, the object goes straight up. Remember, since this is a cylindrical object, we're basically drawing this view right here. The line then comes over, and I'll stop there. So we're going to do half of it. The next thing we see is that this hole goes down, and the counterbore is actually on the bottom side. And so this line right here is the line that needs to go down, and it goes down to this point. It goes out right there, and then it goes down to the bottom. And that's where our counterbore is going to be located. And I'll also go ahead and darken in the lines for the hole right there. Okay. And so the next thing we can do is we can go ahead and start hatching some of these lines where they need to be hatched, where we're cutting through actual material. So right here between the edge and the hole, we're cutting through material. So I'll hatch that. We're cutting through material right here. So I can go ahead and hatch that in. That's basically it. We're not cutting through anything here or here. I can sketch the other part of this on the other side, so I can project a line down. Right here, I'll draw my line down in the middle. I'll draw this line down. And I'll draw this line over, and we won't worry about putting any hidden lines on this because we're showing the lines that we need in the sectional view. Okay, so that's it. That's what the sectional view should look like when you're finished with it.